What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel for a quick another little video. I figured I'd stop by, check on the car because I'm going to order some new stuff for the car, and I kind of just wanted to look over it. And while I wait, or the car itself waits basically for its turn to go in and to have the motor where the valve dropped to figure out the extent of the damage, I figured I'd make another quick little video, or kind of like a little video series. Basically, I want to make an updated video. Probably like when I started this channel 4 or 5 years ago, I did a couple videos basically talking about a Coyote swap and kind of breaking down what I had to do and where you start and stuff like that. But as years have gone on, well, they have Gen 3s out, and I don't know much about those, but I have a Gen 2, so I feel like I can relay, kind of break down what I did to have this car running at the time and everything like I did. So this is going to be based off basically what I did, the parts or the route I went. There's tons of videos on YouTube that talk about this, and I'm sure that there's plenty of people that know way more than I do about extensively doing this. It could be a cheaper route or, you know, just a better route. But this is going to be basically from my point of view and what I had to do. So let's hop into the first couple things I will cover in this video, and I will probably make a couple more as we progressively go on to kind of just, I feel like it's a little refresher, so let's call it that. Okay, so here you go, guys. Basically, this is how my car has been left being set up since last year when the valve dropped on the passenger side, cylinder 7. Yes, under the hood is dirty. I've kept the outside of the car mostly clean, but once the car is in the shop and stuff like that, before it goes in, I'm going to do like an overhaul, basic cleaning and stuff like that, so nothing's messy and it's kind of just easier to work around. So anyways, basically the first part of this is deciding where you're going to get your motor. So this is a Gen 2 motor with a Gen 1 cover, because that's all that Mike had laying around at the time when I met him, was a Gen 1 cover. So, but this is a Gen 2 crate motor from Ford that I bought in 2016. So you have to decide where you're going to source your motor from and how much money you're looking to spend, basically. Finding a brand new Gen 2, I don't believe you can unless you have like find a short block and build it or something like that. I paid around close to $7,000. I think it was like $6,600 with the control pack and everything. It was basically a deal. I don't know what the kind of deal was or anything, but it is a motor from Ford. It came with the control pack, all the wiring, and the control pack is obviously somewhere in here. But you have the options: Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3. Gen 1 is not bad, but I think they kind of right around 700 or so. They have a hard time living. Don't quote me on that. I don't know much about them. I'm more focused on the Gen 2s. The Gen 2s, I believe, are the best, in my opinion, the best motor out of all three options. Gen 3 makes more power, and I believe it makes more power with bolt-ons and a tune as well. But Gen 2 is King Daddy to me. So that's what I have as a Gen 2. Now, you can also go with the route of a Ford F-150 Coyote motor. Now, it's going to be a little different, but it's also similar in more ways than it is different, I believe. You can always switch the cams out to Mustang cams to get closer to the Mustang specs, but at that point, you just kind of basically have to decide, you know, if you can get a good deal on an F-150 motor and you don't really care about the horsepower difference and you're just going to boost it anyways, why not? I know the compression, I believe, is a little different, but I went with a Gen 2 route. So basically, your first idea is you have to, I would figure out your budget and what you're going to do, where you're going to get your motor. The next thing, so I know that these have like some places like Parts Farm and stuff like that where you can find these used motors. They have complete pullout kits, which are the motor and MT82 trans with it. But for these cars right here, I don't know, for the SN95 and Fox bodies, I'm pretty sure it's been done, but I don't know what you have to do to basically fit an MT82 to this with the tunnel and how the shifter is in a different location and all that. So I think the best route would be T56. I've had a 3650. I currently have a T45, and they all bolt up just fine. You need to decide, you know, if you want to go automatic or manual, and basically you can find any, you know, T45, 3650, or T56 transmission laying around, T56 is probably the best option to go with. But the last part in this video that I want to talk about has to do basically with your, as you can see, the fuel. I've learned over the past majority of years of owning this vehicle that 4 Innovations is probably the best option to go with. I know that there's other fuel system companies out there, but the saying that I always like to go with is pay once, cry once. I think a full kit is around a little over $2,000, maybe $2,200, $2,300. But I'm going to end up replacing my fuel hat with a 4 Innovations, and probably if I need to replace the lines and stuff like that, I will go ahead and do that as well. Now, I got mine from Lethal Performance back in 2016. I really didn't know much about the Coyotes. I just went with basically the videos that guided, like the most popular videos that guided what to go with. So I went with a Division X Lethal Performance system. It's right around $1,400. Probably isn't the best fuel system, but for an NA application like this, it worked at the time, and it still works, I'm sure. But I will be upgrading because we're going to boost the car anyways, and why not spend the money once and not have to worry about it again without any other problems. So basically, we'll recap just a quick little video. Again, this is my setup. It is a little dirty, but fuel system, where to locate your motor, and what generation you're going to go with, and what to buy, and what trans you're going to be running. So if you're going to do an automatic or a manual kit trans, that's what I would figure out mostly, and that's going to be what's going to cost the most, honestly. And I think in the next video I will tackle the suspension. I'll see if I can move the car and maybe get underneath the car or something like that to kind of show you guys the setup of it, and hopefully, you know, get you in the right direction on what suspension to go with. You don't have to go with the suspension I went with. Mine is full Team Z and some Maximum Motorsports, but there's always UPR and stuff like that. So next video I will tackle that. Alright guys, so we're back in the car. We're not under the hood anymore. I know the filming of the point of view kind of sucks because it's just basically pointed at a dirty motor under the hood and stuff like that. But I hope kind of talking about this gives you some ideas on the route to go. And like I said, for the next video, I'm going to try to get the car moved out or something, and possibly like sitting in a different spot or something like that, so I can go ahead and clean it and everything. And hopefully I can get underneath the car and show you guys a little bit of the suspension and everything. Mostly just kind of, this is just a little video series to kind of give you guys an idea. Like I said, it's just a refresher to kind of what to do. So this is basically what I did. I went with a 3650, and then I went with the T45. No one in my general area over the past 2 years that I wasn't honestly willing to travel that far for a 56. I probably should have, but you know what? The T45 doesn't even have over 50 miles, I guess, with this combo, if you want to call it that. So the clutch and the flywheel and stuff like that, it's basically all brand new. It doesn't even really have like 20 miles on it. Maybe just, I think, driven a few times to make sure everything works before the motor did its thing. So, but I will try to upload another video in the next couple days once I get the car all cleaned up and stuff like that, and show you guys more. Write in the comments what you guys want to see, or maybe you have questions about, and hopefully I can explain it and what I did. But like I said, this video is just to kind of be refresher from the videos I created a couple years ago talking about this. There's plenty of channels out there that talk about this in so much more detail, that can actually, you know, that are either building a Coyote swap or that can show you basically more in depth than I can at this point right now. So I'll hopefully start getting videos out like that once the car's running, and be able to answer better questions like that. But anyways, if you watch this video till the end, thank you for, you know, just wasting your time checking this, you know, 7-8 minute video out. So basically, the goal right now is to just get the car, you know, going and see what the problem is, see what the damage is, and just get it fixed and get it going for the summertime, to officially get it going and stuff like that, since I have the time now. And the next goal is basically to just get this channel to 10,000 subs. I think that would be really cool. The channel has been around for a couple years, but, you know, I'd like to like make some progression on that, and, you know, deliver content that people, you know, you guys like and stuff like that. So basically, give this video a thumbs up. It definitely helps out the channel. Of course, And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, for future content, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.